I am Rabbi Adam Bellows, and this is coming to you via United Hebrew Congregation. And this Shabbat, we are looking for a little bit of peace to prepare us for the peace that we receive at Shabbat, for Shabbat. And as my dad says, Shabbat always comes at the right time. And so for a lot of us, this is something we need. It's been a rough couple of weeks in a lot of our lives and in our country. And this Shabbat celebrates somebody in our nation's history who promoted justice and equity, and that is the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so for this Erev Shabbat meditation, in Dr. King's honor, I would like us to do a loving kindness practice. So a meditation to have us think about bringing acts of loving kindness, gmilut chasadim, into the world. And so we're going to begin by, as we usually do, finding a comfortable position. If that means sitting up or lying down, if you're sitting up, you can put your legs, your feet comfortably on the ground. Put your hands in your lap. And whether you're sitting up or laying down, I usually say this is not the time to fall asleep per se, but it is a time to relax. And if your life does not mean that you can find that moment of peace and relaxation now, you can access this video later and you can try to find that moment of peace later. So you can either close your eyes or you can find a spot to just look at and stare at. You can light a candle and stare at that. And we begin by taking a deep cleansing breath. And this practice of loving kindness that we're going to think through today was created by Mark Burton, MD, and I thank him for creating this. And we'll begin by focusing on our breath for a few moments. You don't need to breathe in too deeply, but just notice your breath. Focus on it. Now, this loving kindness practice involves silently repeating phrases that offer good qualities to oneself and to others. You can start by taking delight in your own goodness. As you breathe and focus on your breath, if you have invading thoughts, worrying thoughts, anxiety-inducing thoughts, picture them in a bubble, acknowledge them, and let them just pop and they're gone. And return back to your breathing. So again, start by taking delight in your own goodness, calling to mind things you have done out of good-heartedness, and rejoice in those memories to celebrate the potential for goodness we all share. As part of this practice, I invite you to silently recite phrases that reflect what we wish most deeply for ourselves in an enduring way. They can be phrases like, may I live in safety. May I have mental happiness, mental health. May I have physical health, freedom from pain. May I live with ease. And you'll repeat these phrases silently with enough space and enough silence in between so that they fall into a rhythm that's pleasing for you. And direct your attention to one phrase at a time and say that phrase over and over again. And you can say it silently and actually speak it out loud. You can say it in your mind. You can even let your body get into a physical rhythm as you're saying these phrases over and over again. And just take some time and focus on it. And each time you notice that your attention has wandered, be kind to yourself and let go of that distraction and come back to repeating those phrases. visualize yourself in the center of a circle composed of those who have been kind to you. Similar to when we visualized our helpers in our lives. This circle is comprised of those who have been kind to you or have inspired you because of their love. Perhaps you've met them or just read about them or just know of them. Perhaps they are alive now or are no longer with us, or have existed historically or even mythically. This is your circle. And as you visualize yourself in the center of it, experience yourself as the recipient of their love and attention. And keep gently, silently repeating the phrases of loving kindness for yourself. And to begin wrapping up, we're going to let go of the visualization and simply keep repeating those phrases for a few more minutes. Each time you do so, you're transforming your previous relationship to yourself, and you're moving forward to a new relationship of loving kindness with yourself, sustained by the force of kindness. And when you're ready, you can start to become more aware of your thoughts and of the room around you. Start to move around a little bit. If you're laying down, make sure to come back up slowly and carefully. And when you're ready, if your eyes were closed, feel free to open them. I hope that this meditation, this practice has brought you a little bit of peace, prepared us a little bit for this Shabbat, for this particular Shabbat in which we express our gratitude for having the teachings and celebrating the life of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And as he had the desire to live in a world of loving kindness, I hope and pray that we have found a way to love ourselves through this meditation and to use that to express loving acts of loving kindness for others. One of the greatest things that we're told in our Torah, one of the most important statutes of our Torah, is to love your neighbor as yourself. And so, step one is you have to love yourself. It's not easy, but we can work on it together. Once again, I'm Rabbi Adam Bellows. I wish you Shabbat Shalom, a Shabbat full of peace and health and happiness. Until next time, bye-bye.